Welcome to Passion Week. This year we're going to do something a little different in light of our 40th anniversary. We're going to take videos from our past and mix them with new videos that celebrate the events of this week. Some will be musical performances, others dramas, and some teachings as well, all to help us cherish the amazing salvation that Jesus accomplished 2,000 years ago. In Matthew 16, tumbleweeds blow through and a desert whistle sounds as Jesus has something like a high noon showdown with the Pharisees and Sadducees. Okay, well, not exactly like that, but you get the point. The Pharisees and Sadducees come to test him. The Bible says, and the Pharisees and Sadducees came, and to test him, they asked him to show them a sign from heaven. He answered them, when it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and in the morning it will be stormy today, for the sky is red and threatening. You know how to interpret the appearance of the sky, but you cannot interpret the signs of the times. An evil and adulterous generation seeks for a sign, but no sign will be given to it except the sign of Jonah. So he left them and departed. The Pharisees and Sadducees were normally enemies, but here they gang up on Jesus. They come to him demanding a sign as a statement about their own authority. Jesus had healed a ton of people, fed thousands, walked on water, driven out demons, but they needed to verify his activity. If Jesus was going to claim to be from God, they had to be the ones to rubber stamp it. Jesus tells them that an evil and adulterous generation seeks for a sign, but no sign will be given to it except the sign of Jonah. Amazingly, even as he rebukes them for not recognizing the many obvious signs of his ministry, he promises a sign, the sign of Jonah. So out of all the signs that he worked on earth, this is the only one that is sufficient proof of his power and love for sinners. This is the only sign we are to constantly remember and look to as proof of his power and love. Like Jonah, Jesus descended into the belly of death. For 3 days he waited to be delivered from the grave. And on the third day he rose again, triumphant over death. But unlike Jonah, he descended willingly, running toward the agony of the cross instead of away from his Father's will. Unlike Jonah, Jesus was swallowed by death, not for his own sin, but for the sins of all who would trust in him. And unlike Jonah, he wasn't vomited in shame on that shore, but instead he ripped open the jaws of death and rose in glorious vindication. And it's this sign that remains the sign that we need this week. We don't need a new miracle. We don't need a new act of proof. We need to remember the cross, what happened on this week. This is what has sustained us for 40 years as a church. And it's this sign that we once again draw near towards. We behold the sign of Jonah, and we remember the indelible proof of God's love for sinners and power for salvation.
If I played the game and I win the fame, would I be the man I dreamed of? And if I woo the crowd and their screams aloud, would I be the one that they love? What would it profit? what would it profit me if I chase the whole world and lose my own soul? What would be said of me? Oh, my vanity, vanity, chasing the wind, and I'm feeling empty again. I'm feeling empty again, yeah. If I played the game and I win the fame, would I be the man I dreamed of? And if I were the crowd with my screams aloud, would they be the one that they love? What would it profit? What would it profit me if I chase the whole world and lose my own soul? What would be said of me? Oh, vanity, vanity, chasing the wind, and I'm feeling empty again. Oh, I'm feeling empty again. If I played the game and I win the fame, would I be the man I dreamed of? And if I woo the crowd and their screams aloud, would I be the one